Good day, Africa. Welcome to another wonderful episode of Africa Arrives. Our episode today is tagged Third Party. Relax and enjoy. Moving on to the first segment of today's episode, we'll be showing you a documentary on Africa. Stay tuned.
Dr. Akinwumi Akin-Adesina is the president of the African Development Bank. He previously served as Nigeria's Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development. Until his appointment as minister in 2010, he was Vice President of Policy and Partnership for all the Alliance for a Green Revolution in Africa. Adesina was born to a Nigerian farmer in Ibadan, Oyo State. He pursued his studies at Purdue University in Indiana, briefly returning to Nigeria in 1984 to get married. He obtained his PhD in Agricultural Economics in 1988 from Purdue, where he won the outstanding PhD thesis for his research work. Dr. Adesina was born on 6th February 1960. He is 61 years of age. He is from the Nigerian stock of Africa. He got married to Grace Adesina in 1984. Here are some of the awards and honors in his name. Adesina was cited as one of the top 100 most influential Africans by New African magazine in 2015. In 2013, he was named as Forbes African Person of the Year. And in 2018, he was awarded an honorary doctor by Afe Babalola University. On January 28, 2020, he was awarded Honorary Doctor of Science by the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, Nigeria. In year 2019, he was awarded Grand Officer of the National Order of Merit of Tunisia. Dr. Adesina is in his second term as the indefatigable president of the African Development Bank. Dr. Adesina is blessed and is a blessing to this continent. He is an icon helping Africa to arise.
Welcome back. Now moving on to the next segment, we'll be showing you a short playlet on the subject matter, third party. I'll be right back.
Lady, are you not the one I'm talking to?
But then what is it?
You are leaving without making me breakfast.
If you are hungry, go in the fridge and take bread and make tea for yourself.
Is it because of the little misunderstanding we had yesterday night? Yes, who is it? Come in.
But this goes go. Hey, my friend. What's with the long face? What happened?
I'm not fine.
You are not fine. Why? What happened?
Look, it's Lady.
Lady? You mean your wife?
We had a little misunderstanding yesterday night. And this morning she refused to make me breakfast. She told me to go into the fridge and pick some loaf of bread.
Abba,
and make
Lady.
myself tea.
Lady. The Lady I know? That is strange. This has eaten deep into you.
Look, Dan, I love my wife.
I know. Everyone knows.
But I don't know what else she wants me to do.
That's serious.
I don't hide anything from her. She knows everything about me.
Oh, come off it. That's your own doing.
Just take your seat, Let me tell you something. Now, let me tell you. You don't reveal everything about your life to a woman. Yes, the more they know everything about you, the more they know about you, the nitty-gritty about you, the more they take advantage of you. Oh, Dad, you are talking about my wife. Yes, I know. I wasn't talking about your concubine either. Let me tell you something. I'm also a married man. I also know the way I deal with my wife at home. You must make your life, look like a puzzle to them to find out. Because the more you reveal everything about yourself to them, the more they begin to take advantage of you. A woman will always be a woman. And you as a man, you must be a man. Now, in this case, you are the woman of the house. Yes. I actually came for something else, but until I met you in this state, I came for a business matter. So, what is it?
Welcome back. I hope you are learning or you are picking some things on the episode so far. Now we're going to be moving to the streets to feel the pulse of the people on the streets. I'll be right back. Don't touch the dial.
The most important person is God. When you have God in your marital status, you have everything. Because He will lead you right, you won't make a mistake, and He will tell you the right thing to do at the right time.
I think the both parties are more important. So, because they both have they both have rules to play.
Communication is very important because even from our GNS, communication is the way of communicate as in passing message to each other. So when there is no way of communicating to each other, you don't communicate very well. Your communication is not effective. So there's no way that kind of relationship will be effective. So there is no way that you don't have communication, that you guys do not communicate, and you will think something meaningful will come out of that relationship, because you have to tell each other what you want and what you don't want. So your spouse must know what as in your own desire, and that can be known through communication. You can know your spouse through your communication. There's something that we should all know in marriage, as in when you are having spouse or anyone as in you are in relationship with, you as in the both fellows should see themselves as one, so that their communication can be effective. So when you are seeing the other person like as if is older than me, or is more as in more mature than me, that you don't see yourself as if maybe we are the same thing, so you won't be communicating very well, as in your communicating will not be effective.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that can get involved. Actually, some are friends they are relating with before and chatting on their phones and the rest. Now, that thing has taken their attentions, because they still think that maybe the way they used to do when they are used to marry, they are the people chatting and the rest. So what, like that phones, chattings, their friends, let me call it friends, the way they relate with them, that thing take much of their attention. So the way they're supposed to communicate with their husband now, it will affect that aspect. Am I answering your question right, sir?
Actually, I can't advise someone to have third as in relationship. I can't advise some couples to have a third party, because the reason is that you don't know the mind of other person. Some people know, when you are in a relationship, you don't know the thoughts of your friend. Maybe either your guy, maybe she's also interested in that your spouse. So you telling her, I will telling him about your spouse, the third party. So that may affect, in one way or the other, affect your marital life. So if you, as me, I always believe that you should be as a reserve.
In fact, nowadays when we look around, the young couples are just coming up, are very young, and some of them doesn't know much about marriage. So at that instance, if they can have a godly mother or father that can be as a third party in marriage, I think they can relate issues with that godly man or godly woman that can give advice, so that their marriage will be established then gradually.
It's okay and it's not okay. The reason why I say it's okay is that, like, now having third party is not everything that you can share with your partner. Like, you can have someone that you can confide in, that you can tell tell him or her that this is what is going on in my relationship. And it is advisable to be an elderly person, because such person have go through the stuff, and it will be helpful. But if at all is the youth of nowadays, they give information, like they want their liberty, they want their freedom. So if there is now any, like, if someone if someone told them, report their partner with such person, like, youth nowadays want freedoms. They will be like, just do like this, not knowing that they are going towards the way of destruction. But in that aspect, it is advisable to be an elderly person that has knowledge about the relationship stuff.
You can only tell the story if you have featured in it. But in this environment that we are, people will tell you things that has not happened to them, what they've not gone through. They will advise you, and later those things you see that themselves they can't do it. That's just it. So it's not advisable for any third party in any relationship whatsoever.
I think that one also is supposed to have a limit, because there are certain things as a husband and wife, issues sometimes can just come up that you can settle within yourself. But the area, that's why I make mention of godly father or godly mother that can really understand them. But it's not all issue that is supposed to be taken to them. There are things that you can settle within you, but whenever it come to a point that it can affect their marital destiny, maybe the husband now is yielding, planning to divorce, or maybe the wives, I think there is necessary to take steps before reaching that kind of levels.
My advice for them is that just be yourself. Anything that happens, you guys should know yourself first. Like, you guys should just find a means of settling whatever would happen, or probably just ignore.
Make sure you are disciplined. Someone should be very disciplined. You don't tell others about what is going on in your marital life, so that you won't try to invite enemy or third party. And so I believe that you should be reserved. That's just what I believe. So when you are reserved, when you are disciplined, there will not be way in your relationship, there will not be way that third party will come in.
And moving on to the next segment is the clearing of the hair with our very own person of Ambassador Akintoye Rufus. Stay motivated, stay inspired. I'll be right back.
Oh, body, lady, you'll be wondering why they were behaving that way. Those two represent what is going on in several homes today. I've come with good news. Lady and body can end up well. They don't have problem. They can resolve whatsoever they have. If they can learn these two principles, forgiveness and respect, they are two vital principles in marital relationship. Forgiveness and respect. Love, let go. Love forgives. They are principles. It's anti-home to use your duty or your role towards your partner as a weapon each time you have a show. So stop cooking, you stop taking care of her or taking care of him, as the case may be. It's anti-home. Such a home will not fly. So no matter what happens, you are not going to use your role, your duty, or what flows from you to your spouse as a weapon. It doesn't work that way. Such a home will not fly. You hurt yourself, you stab your partner. What is in it for you? If you ask me, nothing. So when there's forgiveness, things will go well. If God gives you an angel as a spouse, listen up. That does not mean you won't have any issue. So maturity is the foundation on which every home is built. How do you resolve issues should, in case any come to the fore? That's the way to go. Now, number 2, respect. I will discuss respect, under the 3C of marital relationship. 3C, commitment, common crusade, then communication. Commitment, common crusade, then communication. When there's commitment, a home will likely fly. There is no husband that is not committed to the wife that will enjoy his home. There's no wife that's not committed to his husband and her home that will enjoy her home. It's never going to work. The place of commitment is major. Anything you don't place value on will not give you value. It's a principle. It's just like the law of karma. It's giggle. It's what you give in that comes forth for you. Anything you don't give interest to, show interest on, is never going to have interest in you. So every home, commitment is major. You must be committed. He or she surrounded or not, commitment is major. Then common ground for operation. I call it common crusade. There should be levels. There should be things you do together. If possible before marriage, you should have agreed on them, and that's where purpose come to play. But if you are not married and you are able to define your purpose before marriage, you should find grounds where you work together. What about praying together? What about planning together? What about planting together? In other words, carrying out your projections together. That's how a home fly. That you will hardly have issues. They are principles. And for time, the last is communication. Most spouses shout on one another. I want to appeal to you from now. Stop shouting, start talking. Communication is major. Talk about your issues. Don't bottle them. When you bottle them, they come back, they boomerang, and they come back and you are worse off for it. So start talking about your issues. And communication is beyond talking. It's about appreciation. It's about forgiveness. It's about admission. You are wrong, you admit you are wrong. It's about confession. It's about celebration. Celebrate one another. All of that come under communication. Now to lie there and body, sit up. You are bigger than this. Going forward, start to talk. Discuss your issues. You don't need to walk away. Say a word or two. I'll be right back. Wow, Daniel and Bode is clear. These are two friends. They are fond of themselves. But now, marital relationship is coming to play. There are levels of relationship. The highest, apart from what is between you and your God, the highest level of relationship is the one between you and your wife, the one between you and your husband. So when it comes to relationship matter, Daniel is a third party. A third party. Now, from a closer look, it seemed to be that Bode seemed to be a more rounded family man than Daniel. But alas, Daniel was the one advising him. To me, it's a disorder. It's a disorder. So there is no reason why any other relationship should be placed or allowed to go higher than what is between you and your wife. I said it, apart from what is between you and God. So when you want to look into what relationship is about, the discussion between Daniel and Bode, when you want to look into the integrity of relationship, the discussion between Daniel and Bode was a no. Listen up. Anybody that comes up to incite you against your spouse is not your friend. Permit me to say it again. He or she is not your friend. Incite you or try to teach you things that work against your home, your spouse, is not your friend. And listen up. Any other person outside of yourself and your wife, a third party. In fact, your children, they are third party. Now, Bode, let me speak to you. You are a good man. It's not wrong to open up to your wife. It's not wrong. It's an idea thing. You are a family man. Don't ever throw that away. And lady, don't ever think that it's a weakness for your husband to confide in you and to open up his whole heart to you. Let me announce to you, that's restraint. And vice versa, that's what it should be. See you next time.
Wow! I hope you have been enlightened so far. So, third party in a relationship is not good. It's not good enough. So, I would advise that through what we have learned, the issue of third party in our relationship should come to an end. And I hope through that, our relationship can get better. So, we'll come your way again. Stay blessed. God bless you. God bless you.